Hi, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to attract a man by being yourself. As always, I'm Matt Schaefer, your empowerment, connection, and relationship coach, and I'm here with my dear friend and rock star, France's #1 dating coach, Mr. Alex Cormont. Alex, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much, Matt. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is fine today.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you, man. I love your channel. I love the work that you're up to in the world. You have such an incredible international audience, and I'm excited to introduce you to my tribe and talk about really how to activate and attract a man just by being your unique, radiant, powerful self. And I know you're going to share some really powerful strategies on that. But before we do, guys, take a second. If you haven't already, hit that little link, hit that subscribe button, click the link in the comments and captions so that you can get access to all the great content that I'm always putting up every week. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you want to go with this conversation today.
Sure. So as you know, my name is Alex Cormont. I'm a relationship expert from France. So I know I have a strong French accent. I have coached more than 50,000 people, men and women from all over the world. And my goal is, to make sure that you can trust yourself, that you can empower yourself to be yourself with the guy that you really like. Because since 2007, I received a lot of this question: what can I do to attract him? And most of the time, ladies are just looking for some solution that are external solution, not coming from their inner self, which is a mistake, because then you will always try to find some solution that are not linked to your personality. And I found it that it was not useful, because one day you will break up with this man or you will fall into the codependency. Always ask yourself, what can I do for him? And forgetting about your own personality. So this is why I feel, Matt, that today's subject is very important, to trust our own personality when we like someone. Because, I've got so many women, and I know that when it's someone they don't really like, they don't care. So they are 100% themselves. And this guy is crazy about them. But ladies, when you like a guy, you will lose yourself. You will lose confidence, and you will try to learn about techniques and tactics. But most of the time, it's really loving who you are. So this is today's subject. I hope you will like it.
Absolutely. And I love that setup, Alex, because I find that so often, not just women, but men too, like we want to, we want to be liked so much by the person that we're with that we find ourselves pretzeling and contorting. And I like to say collapsing our frame into theirs, just agreeing with whatever it is that they like and that they want. And that's not building value in the eyes of a potential partner, right? If I don't feel like the woman that I'm with is unapologetically owning who she is to me, then I'm like, I don't know if I can really trust this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, part of learning to trust somebody is getting a sense that they're showing up authentically to me. So I'm excited to hear more about this, because I think it's a common issue with women trying so hard to be liked, but then they end up pushing the man away, which that is not what we want.
This is not what we want. And I have learned something special. When we want to attract someone we like, most of the time we will ask ourselves, or ladies, you will ask yourself, what does he want? So you will try to respond to his needs. But this is something that will make you just being common. So you will do common actions, and this guy will take you for granted, or he will not feel that you're special. And this is very important for us men. We want to have a special connection. So I give this example, very simple. What is your favorite meal? What do you love? For me, it's an African meal. And before to test it, I didn't know that it was my favorite meal. So by being yourself, you will be able to create some unconscious need from this man, and you will feel new emotions. And I will give you another example. So I told Matt this when we were off, but I used to date a girl, and she bring me to see an art exposition. And I'm really not an artist. And I was wondering myself what I'm doing here, why I'm here. And she told me that, I was scared to ask you to come, but I want to show you my life, my environment. And she teaches me so much things that during this date, she just blew my mind. And I told myself, wow, she's amazing. And I realized that now, being a relationship expert, most of the time we want to do what will please the other person. So for you ladies, you want to please this man. Instead, your goal is to take something of your personality and show him. So he can be surprised, it can be attracting, and also he will learn something because of you. So this is really the first thing and the first exercise I want you to do is to grab a paper and a pen and ask yourself, what can I teach to this guy? How can I create emotions to him? What is important coming from my personality, from my personal life? Maybe you like music, maybe you like dancing. Whatever you like, this will be your most important quality to attract a man. Does it make sense, Matt?
100%, Alex. And I love what you said there, because I mean, it's sharing, what you're passionate about is demonstrating, not just that you're passionate about these things, but that you're a passionate person, right? Because man, we want to feel that heat. We want to feel that passion from you. We don't just want to feel that you like all the same things that we like. We want to know and understand and see your truth, which comes from your interests. So, and we're open. Men love to learn about different things, especially things that we may not be familiar with. Just like, so Alex, you went to that art show and you were initially resistant to doing it because it's not your normal activity, right? But then once you got there and you started experiencing the different art, not only did you have a good time with this woman, but it sort of opened your mind up to things that you weren't really open to before. And then she got to be the cause of that. And so think about like how much that can deepen your connection with a man, that not only does he see you as this passionate person, but it also helps him expand himself. And that's a big value add, I think, in the lives of men. And I've had a lot of those similar experiences too, where a woman drags me. I remember I got dragged once to river dance, to the Highland dancers. Highland Dancers, and I was like, I don't want to go to the Highland Dancers. Like, what is this? What is this going to be about? And it ended up being by a woman, right? It ended up being one of the coolest things I have ever experienced in my life. I was like, this is the most incredible performance I have ever seen. And I never would have gone to it of my own volition. And I was so grateful for her for dragging me to this thing, because it ended up being an amazing experience. So don't be afraid, ladies, to just like bring a man into your world and share with him what it is that you're passionate about.
I love it. And I found that the best way to attract a guy, being yourself, is to create memories. Every time you will leave something, see, Matt is remembering his dance art event, and I was remembering something too. So we remember things that we just experienced for the first time, or where we feel this deep connection. Now, a quick exercise that you can do is to ask yourself, what can I bring to this relationship? If I'm in a relationship with someone, if I can date someone, what can I bring? Why is it so important? It's because it will give you the confidence to make sure that this guy, you will not fight for him, you will not chase him, because most of the time, the ladies that I'm coaching are chasing this guy, are doing everything for him. They lose their personality, they lose their self-confidence. If you just realize that you can bring some fun, some smile, some positive energy, some trust, these are very important values for men. So you just have to be yourself if you want to attract him. And by doing new activities and by sharing your world, I can guarantee you that he can fall in love for you. And not for someone that you will represent, but you're not yourself, which is not a good idea, because you will lose time and the trust will not be there, which is trust very important for men, as I said.
Yeah. And I love that distinction, Alex, ladies. So let's look at the distinction here. It's the distinction between like making a man like you by trying to make yourself like him, right? Trying to be so similar to him that you lose yourself into him. You're not trying to make a man like you. You're trying to inspire. You are working to inspire and activate a man to fall in love with you. So if you want him to fall in love with you, he needs to have something to fall into. You know what I'm saying? Which means you need to be a fully unapologetic, fully owned being, right? So that he can fall into something. If he doesn't know who you are, he can't fall into you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't lose yourself in him, but be fully in ownership of your own self and give him something to aspire and transition into.
Thanks so much, Matt, for just rephrasing what I'm saying, because every time I listen to you, I love your advice. I love everything that you're sharing. And this is exactly my philosophy. And I find it that if you want to be yourself with a man, you need also to challenge him. You need to make sure that you would go on a date that you like. So if he wants to bring you to something that you don't really want to do, you have the right to say no. Matt, you said something on one of my videos on my YouTube channel where you came and I interview you. You say, men are like a little boy. And that's true. So if you're always saying yes to men, one day we will take you for granted. If you don't want to do something, you have to trust yourself to say, no, maybe I would like to do something else, or maybe we can try to do this activity. So I'm telling you that because, as I said, the lady that I'm coach, most of the time you're so scared to lose this guy that you lose yourself. And this is just the worst actions that I will recommend you. So I want you to set the standard and the boundaries. So a man has to date you. He has to attract you. He has to ask you to go out for activities that you will like. And if you don't like them, you don't have to say yes, which is very important.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to, like always agree with everything. Be free to challenge him. Men love a challenge. I actually am releasing a video tomorrow about, how to make a man feel like a hero, right, in your life. And part of what a man needs to step into his nature as a hero is he needs a challenge. He needs a quest. A man wants to feel that he gets to earn the right to be in your life. And he gets to earn the right to be, to receive your love. And it's very important, right, to challenge a man. And remember, when you were little kids on the playground, right, if all men are little boys, how did men show that they liked you when they were little? They would tease you, they would challenge you, and they would be inviting you to do that back to them. That's at the essence, that's at the core of what it means to flirt, I think, is to playfully have a challenging dialogue and dynamic with a potential partner, to build attraction and to build polarity, right? And polarity exists in that challenge that we make to each other. So don't be afraid to do that. And I think a lot of times, Alex, do you have women that are afraid to do that because they're afraid of being too masculine? They think that if they challenge a guy, it's going to be masculine. I find women a lot of times become so passive, right, in their relationships because they confuse femininity with passivity. And I don't think those are the same things. I mean, some of the most feminine women I know, some of the most powerful feminine women I know are not afraid in any way, shape, or form to challenge me or to take me on, and so ladies, don't confuse femininity with passivity. Being challenging and pushing back on a guy can actually be very feminine as long as you do it with the right energy.
Yeah, that's very important. And also it's what I want to say is something, I just realized it's not game. Let me tell you that it's not a game. We are not asking you to play some kind of game to try to get this guy. It's really for you to be 100% yourself. You can be active and not passive, which is you can just ask him to go out for special activities. Tell him, okay, next time it's your turn. Show me what you can bring to the relationship. Show me your life. I want you to surprise me. When you play this little bit of flirty game, it's okay. But it's not playing a game losing your personality. This is something very important. And that's why I want to tell you, if you want to attract a guy being yourself, you have to forget about the fact that you like him. You have to tell yourself, I will talk to him like he's my best friend. Because with your best friend, you have the right tone of voice, the right attitude, the smile. You don't care about what he or she will think. You will just be 100% yourself. So I'm not telling you to go to the friend zone, but just by controlling your own voice and saying everything is okay, he is like my best friend, you will have the security. You will be active, but not passive, which is very important to show your own feminine energy and being this flirty, not game, but flirty process. Flirting is very important for French people and also the people that I'm coaching.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And I love what you said there about, being authentic and just being yourself and being like, how would I be with my friends? And I have a check-in question that I use a lot with my clients so much so that I did a video on it. It's anytime you're going on a date, especially, and you're on that date, especially with somebody that you really like, I want you to check in with yourself and ask yourself, would my friends and family recognize who I'm being right now? Would they recognize my personality? Right? Because yeah, because if your friends and family or the people closest to you, if they wouldn't recognize how you're acting right now, then it's time for you to shift, because it means you're trying too hard to please him or to impress him. And it's going to end up actually backfiring on you almost every single time. And also, it's not sustainable. Don't pretend that you're somebody else when you're in a relationship, because you're not going to be able to keep it up long term,
Not.
And isn't it disappointing, Alex, as a man, when you start dating somebody and they seem one way for the first month or two or however long, and then all of a sudden they just turn into a different person, and you're like, who is this? Like, this isn't the lady that I started getting to know,
It's so disappointing, as you said. And basically, it will just lower your self-confidence. You will do, this is one disillusion and another one and another one. And I'm trying my best all the time. You're trying your best by pleasing someone else, but not yourself, which is why I feel that we are doing this with Matt. I'm a relationship expert because I want to tell you that you are enough for a man. You just have to trust yourself by everything that we talked today in this video. And if you realize that you have so much values, that you can talk to him like a best friend, you can create some dates and special activities without being like the FBI, because dates is about learning about each other and just being happy and enjoying the present moment. You can do it. You can do it, ladies. If not, as Matt said, you will play a game, and in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, it will just realize that you are not on the same point and you don't have the same vision. Or like the worst thing will be you're not the same person. So a breakup will just destroy your self-confidence, and it's a pattern. It's a pattern. And we want to break it today.
Amen, Alex. I love that, and I think you give a ton of great value to the ladies in my tribe, and I'm sure a lot of them are wondering, how can they connect with you? How can they learn more about you and everything that you're into? What are the best ways for people, for anyone who's interested in learning more and following you, to connect deeper with you and your work?
Thanks so much for letting me introduce my YouTube channel. It's French Relationship Expert. It's also my website. So you can follow me. I'm doing some videos. I have some blog articles. I try my best, to share my knowledge. I also created a training course called How to Find, Attract, and Keep a Man. So if you really like someone, but you're losing him, I feel that will be a good training for you. And I will just share the links to you, Matt, so you can share it to the community.
Absolutely. We'll put those links down in the description. So be sure to check them out, ladies. And Alex, just thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. It's been so much fun. It's been a pleasure. It's great to bring a new face onto my channel, and we'll be sure to do this again real soon. I'm sure everyone's going to want to see more.
Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much, ladies. I really wish you the best. And remember, you are enough. It's something very important.
Amen, brother. I'm right there with you. All right. Thanks so much for coming by, my friend. We'll see you soon. All right.
See you soon. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, ladies.